Hello and welcome to lesson 31, the A2 level. Today's lesson is related to illness, illness and advice. Okay, advice using the word should. So let's have a look at exactly what is in today's lesson. Okay, in today's lesson, we will look at vocabulary related to illness. The use of should and shouldn't. Treatments and remedies. And we will do, as a kind of review, dictation. Now, this lesson basically involves a lot of vocabulary. A lot of new vocabulary. So I think it's very important you have your notebook and your pen. Maybe you will need to pause the video and write down some of the new vocabulary that's new for you. Okay, that's my advice to you for today. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. Okay, so first of all, because we are talking about illness, it's actually very useful to look at this vocabulary here. It's some anatomy vocabulary, okay? So you've got nose, head, ear, throat, stomach, and tooth, okay? So I'm going to touch one of these things, and you have to think which word is it. So, for example, what's this thing here? This? Mine are very big. Yes, this is an ear. Ear. It's just like a diphthong. Ear. Okay, what is this? This here. This is your neck, but inside, it's your throat. Pronunciation, throat. So we've got ear and throat. Okay, and what's this? Nose. Nose. Okay, you can see the pronunciation there on the screen. Okay, and what is this? This is a tooth. One tooth. In plural, it's irregular. Teeth. Okay, and this. Yes, this is head. Pronunciation. Notice you don't pronounce the A. It's shh, silent. Okay, and the last one we have, can you see? Stomach. Stomach. Okay, all right. Now, that's just for your information. Later, we will return to this vocabulary, okay? All right, so now I'm going to talk you through the 4 most common illnesses, okay? So the ones that occur most frequently, okay? Most common is the ones that are most frequently occurring. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is horrible. This one, flu. Flu. Oh, this is a really horrible illness. It's quite common. It's when you have these kind of symptoms. When you have these kind of symptoms. A headache. Ow. A headache. Now notice the word headache, the k here, not headache. No, it looks like headache, but no, it's an exception. The CH is spelled k, is pronounced, the CH is pronounced k, okay? Another example, on your body, ow, your body aches. Now here, the word ache is a verb. So the word ache can be a verb or a noun. Okay. You have a temperature or fever. And you have weakness, like, oh, I can't do anything. My body is weak. Okay. All right. So these are the symptoms of flu. How do you say flu in your language? Think about it. How do you say flu in your language? Okay. All right. Now, the last one, muscle ache. Muscle ache, body aches, they're similar, okay? And the next one, this one is terrible. Okay, it's not as common as flu, I don't think. But yeah, it's really horrible when you have a problem with your stomach. Okay, and what kind of symptoms do you have? Well, of course, you have stomach ache. And the word stomach ache is usually a part that sometimes people put it together as one word. And it's okay. Okay, but stomach ache, officially it's 2 words, but you can write it as one word. Okay, so you've got stomach ache, again, the k sound in both stomach and ache. Okay, so it's like stomach cake, a bit like cake that you eat, stomach ache. Okay. You also, with a stomach bug, you have nausea, like, I feel not good, okay? Or you feel nauseous. And also with the stomach bug, I want to be elegant about this, but you have to have lots of visits to the bathroom. Yes, so that's a stomach bug. Do you get stomach bugs very often? Me, here in Barcelona, I usually have a stomach bug probably about once every 2 years, but a really bad one. I don't know if it's because I have children, so they give me the virus, or if it's the water. I don't know, but it's quite frequent for me. Okay, and next thing, oh yes, and sometimes, not always, but sometimes with a stomach bug, you have a temperature, okay, temperature, you're very hot, like maybe 39 degrees, 40 degrees, okay, so you have a temperature, or also you have a fever. Here, you can see here, temperature. In British English, we usually say temperature, and in American English, they usually say fever, okay? But both of those are acceptable. All right, okay, let's go to the next slide, the next 2 common illnesses. So here we've got a cold and a migraine. Now, what are some of the symptoms of a cold? Well, this is the typical thing. You have a blocked, hello, I can't talk properly, a blocked nose, or you have what we call in English a runny nose, where you have to keep using tissues. Okay, so typically you have a blocked nose and a runny nose. Okay, and also you sneeze a lot. Now I'm prepared here. Wait 1 moment, please. Okay, what is sneeze? I will give you an example. There we are. That is a sneeze. So usually when you have a cold, you sneeze a lot. Okay, and the next one. And sometimes it depends. Sometimes you have a sore throat. Yeah, a sore throat is when it hurts. You don't say ache. In this case, sore is similar to ache, but we say a sore throat. So it's painful to swallow. Okay, and you have, you can have, maybe you have this, maybe you don't. You have a headache. Oh, my head aches. Or you have earache. Okay, and now looking at a migraine. Now, a migraine is basically an extremely bad headache. Now, I am very, very lucky because I don't have migraines. Now, I have friends who have migraines sometimes, and they say that it's very, very bad. So if you have migraines, I'm very sorry. I hope that soon they find a remedy or some kind of medication for you, because I think it's very bad. So a migraine, you have an extremely bad headache, and sometimes you can have nausea and dizziness. Now, what is dizziness? You know, if you turn around and round and round, 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 round and round and round and round, then you're, that's a sensation of dizziness, okay? You can also be sensitive to light, for example. So yeah, it's, you know, it does have a big impact on your life if you have a migraine. Okay, so let's have a look now. I'm going to test your understanding of some of the vocabulary. So I'm going to show you a picture and some sentences, and you have to decide which sentences can go with the picture. Maybe it's just one sentence, maybe there are two possible sentences, maybe there are three possible sentences. It depends. Okay, all right, so here is the first picture. Oh, sorry, here's the first picture. Wait, okay. Right, okay, so you've got here 4 sentences. He's got a cold, he's got flu, he's got a stomach bug, and he's nauseous. Notice here it's the adjective, nauseous. So which one do you think? I think probably it's number 1. Number 1, yes? He's got a cold. Maybe he's got flu, we don't know. You know, in England, we have an illness called man flu, a flu of a man, because I'm not saying this is my opinion, but sometimes a man, when he has a cold, will say, oh, we say, no, you don't have a cold. No, you have man flu. It's much worse than a normal cold. Okay, so I think that's the probably it'll be number 1, possibly number 2. Okay, right. Are you ready for the next picture? Are you ready? Okay, here you are. So we've got, she's got a cold, she's got flu, she's got a stomach bug, she's nauseous, and she's got a migraine. So which one? Yes, I think number 3 and number 4. You can even see in the picture there at the top, you can see her stomach, it's like swollen. Her stomach is is has a bug. It's not right, maybe a virus. Okay, so yeah, she is not feeling very well. Poor young girl. Okay, all right. Are you ready for the next one? Okay. Let's see. Next one. Right. Okay, so we've got, he's got a temperature, he's got a fever, he's got earache, he's got toothache, and he isn't ill. Okay, so which ones do you think are possible? He's got a temperature? Yes, because he has the thermometer in his mouth. He's got a fever, is number 1 and number 2 are the same. They mean the same. So number 1 and number 2. Number 3, he's got, earache. We don't know. Maybe he has earache. It's possible. He's got toothache. Probably not, because toothache, usually you don't have a temperature with toothache. And he isn't ill. No, that's not possible. He is ill. Yes, he's in bed and he has a temperature. Okay. Notice I've put here in the sentences, he has got or he's got a temperature. Remember, it's the same as he has a temperature. We talked about that in lesson 1. Do you remember? Okay. And now this picture. So we have, she's got a stomach bug, she's got flu, she's got a cold, she's got a migraine, she's feeling dizzy. Okay, so which one do you think? I think probably number 3 is correct. She's blowing her nose with a tissue, so I think probably number 3 is the best option for her. Okay, and are you ready for the next one? I will put the next one on. Now, this one is slightly different. Do you know what this is? Dun, dun, dun. What is this? This is actually a picture of the flu virus. The flu virus. So this tiny, 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 tiny microscopic virus is what makes us feel so ill. It's incredible. I had flu, I think last year in November, and it was horrible. I was in bed, like very ill. So yeah, it's incredible to think that a tiny microscopic thing like this is the flu virus and can make you feel so ill. In fact, in England, sometimes older people, they actually can die from the flu if their temperature goes up very, very high. It can be dangerous. You have to go to a doctor. Okay, so now we are going to start talking about actually some remedies. All right, so here we go. Bye-bye, flu virus. We don't like you. All right, so here I've got a picture here of some remedies. Okay, I've got drink fluids, keep warm, drink some hot water with honey, have some cough syrup, and take a painkiller. And also, you can also see in the picture some other vocabulary, for example, medication. Now, medication comes in either pills or tablets that you take, or if you see the brown jar here, this is in a syrup. In this case, it's cough syrup. So when it's like you pour it, it's a syrup. And when you take the medication, that is a pill or a tablet. Okay, so now this pointing here to the water, what remedy is this? Yes, of course, the remedy is drink fluids. Drink fluids, okay? When you're ill, it's always a good idea to drink fluids, okay? Next one. What is these things representing as a remedy? So we've got, do you know what the purple thing is? The purple thing is a hot water bottle. So it's a rubber bottle and you put hot water inside, screw up the lid, and you put it in your bed. Yes, to make it nice and warm. I am sure if you live in Dubai or Cairo, probably you don't need a hot water bottle. But in cold countries, yes, a hot water bottle is very nice, especially when you're ill. So this, of course, represents to keep warm. Keep warm, you can see it there. Okay, and what about this one? This jar here is honey, okay? And it's very, very good if you have a cough or if you have a sore throat. Okay, so to drink some hot water with honey is a very good idea if you have a cold or if you have a sore throat. And also, this one, take a painkiller. A painkiller usually is in the form of a pill or a tablet. However, for children, it's usually a syrup or a medicine. So this is, for example, if you have a headache or if you have backache or if you have muscle ache, toothache, you take a painkiller. And the last one, to have some cough syrup. Now, cough. What is a cough? That is a cough. Notice the pronunciation. It's spelled C-O-U-G-H, but the pronunciation is C-O-F. Cough. Simple. Cough. And like ache, it is a verb, I am coughing, and a noun, I have a cough. Okay? All right. So again, lots of vocabulary there. A good idea probably is to write some of it down. Now we are going to go on to the second part of this lesson, which is talking about advice. So helping people. Just have a look at this sentence. So, treatment. You should take a painkiller and lie down. Lie down is like go to the sofa and lie down, or go to bed and lie down. Okay. Now, so here we have lie down, and here we've got should. Now, should is a verb we use for giving advice. It's not an obligation exactly. It's like a light obligation, okay? And its pronunciation, very important, is should, not should, no. So the L is silent, the O is silent. It's should. This long sh is a sh sound. Then you've got oo, should. Okay, and then should, like must and can, is a modal verb. What does that mean? It means the form is always the same. Okay, and should is followed by an infinitive, no to. So you should sleep. You should take some medicine. You should go to bed. You should go to the doctor. Okay, so it never changes. So as I said above, the form is always the same. He should, we should, they should, he should, I should, you should. Okay, it's always the same. And in negative, it's formed by just simply adding not. So you've got should not or shouldn't. The most popular speaking pronunciation, shouldn't, shouldn't, shouldn't. You shouldn't drink milk, for example. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some more examples with should and shouldn't, okay? Here we go. So we've got you should take a painkiller and lie down. You should drink water. And if you feel hungry, you should only eat rice. Now, what kind of illness is this advice for? What do you think? Yes, for a stomach bug. If you have a stomach bug, you should only eat rice or possibly a bit of apple. That's what the doctors here say. Okay, you should have a hot bath. What kind of advice is this for? If you have a temperature, no, a hot bath is not a good idea. Now, this is good if you have muscle ache. Muscle ache. You know, if you go running, you run, and the next day you're like, you have muscle ache. So you should have a hot bath. It relaxes your muscles. Okay. You should go to the doctors so she can see if it's infected. Maybe this is for earache, if you have earache, or possibly toothache. Okay, so yes, you should go to the doctors so she or he, depends on your doctor, can see if it's infected. Okay, infected is when it has bacteria. It's not a good idea to have an infection. Okay, so Now I'm going to show you a quick conversation, and it's a conversation between two friends, and one is ill. Okay, so just have a look at this. I'm going to just, okay, so we've got, oh, sorry. So we've got, I feel ill. Oh dear, what's the matter? I feel nauseous and I've got a headache. Maybe you should take a painkiller. No, you shouldn't take painkillers if you feel nauseous. Maybe you should lie down. Yes, I think I will lie down. Okay, so that's a good example to practice the conversation in context. Maybe you could write your own conversation, okay? Maybe you could write your own conversation and that would help to keep the vocabulary in your head, because we've done a lot of vocabulary today. It's difficult to remember a big quantity. So you need to practice, 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 practice. Okay. All right. So now for the last part of today's lesson is a dictation. I am going to dictate how many sentences? 4 sentences to you. Okay. Are you ready? Right. Number 1. I've got a cough. I've got a cough. I've got a cough. Number 2. You should take a painkiller. You should take a painkiller. You should take a painkiller. Number 3. You should have some honey for your sore throat. You should have some honey for your sore throat. You should have some honey for your sore throat. Now, just some extra information. Honey, the spelling is Honey. Okay, and sentence number 4. You shouldn't drink milk when you have a stomach bug. You shouldn't drink milk when you have a stomach bug. Okay, I repeat. You shouldn't drink milk when you have a stomach bug. Okay, so that's 4 sentences. Okay. All right, here I'm going to put the sentences on the screen for you to see so that you can correct. If you didn't have time to write them, pause the video, go back, listen again. Okay, so here we go. Number 1, I've got a cough. Number 2, you should take a painkiller. You should, notice, should and take, we put them together, so should take. You should take a painkiller. Number 3, you should have some honey for your sore throat. You should have some honey for your sore throat. Number 4, you shouldn't drink milk when you have a stomach bug. You shouldn't drink milk when you have a stomach bug. Okay, so how did you do on that? I hope that wasn't too difficult. I know we've done a lot of vocabulary, but don't worry. Remember, in lesson 35, we will do a review. I will do another dictation, so you will have an opportunity to practice. Now, I recommend that you write sentences, true sentences, using all of the vocabulary from today's lesson. Okay, so now let's look at what we've done in the class today. Okay, right. So we've looked at vocabulary related to illness, use of should and shouldn't, treatments and remedies, and we did dictation. So I hope that you enjoyed the class today, and I will see you in lesson 32. Okay, so have a nice day and I will see you soon. Bye.